Good evening, Dodger fans. I'm glad to have you here rather than over at the stadium. Anyway, Dave has been, used to be a staple, always here, and we haven't had him for a few years, but we have him tonight, and so we're going to get started right on time, and Yvette is going to come up and give the scripture and do her homily first rather than after the music. Yvette?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Glad to see you here. Yes. Okay, the scripture is Psalms chapter 27, verse 1-3. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to eat my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war arise against me, yet I will be confident. Amen, amen. The little message is fearlessness. And it's, of course, geared to us, older individuals, older people. As we age, society often presents us with a narrative that suggests slowing down, retreating, and playing it safe. We hear phrases like act your age or play it safe, which can subtly limit our spirits and our aspirations. But let me ask you this. Why should age define our courage? Why should the passing of years dampen our enthusiasm for adventure, learning, or even love? Fearlessness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite that fear. I'm going to repeat that because I really like this. Fearlessness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite that fear. Life constantly presents us with new experiences, unexpected changes, and sometimes daunting obstacles. But in these very moments, we have the opportunity to redefine what it means to be brave. At an older age, we possess a wealth of life experience. We had faced challenges before, negated loss, embraced joy, and overcame adversity. I'm having problems breathing right now. Hold on. This is called old age of a singer. Okay. Each of these experiences has shaped us and equipped us with the resilience to face new fears head on. Consider the stories of those who have defined the conventional narrative of aging. Some individuals have pursued new careers, traveled to places they once only dreamed of, or taken up hobbies that ignite their passions. Think of the artists who create masterpieces later in life, or the adventurer who trekked through mountains, proving that adventure knows no age. These stories teach us that life is not something we passively observe as we grow older, but actively engage with. Being fearless at an older age is also about embracing vulnerability. It's about acknowledging our fears, whether they stem from health concerns or loneliness, or the uncertainty of the future, and choosing to confront them rather than allowing them to define us. When we share our fears, we often find that we're not alone. In doing so, we foster connections with others who may also be grappling with the similar feelings, creating a community of support and strength. Moreover, being fearless allows us to inspire the generations that follow us. When younger people see us pursuing our dreams, taking risks, and living life fully, they are encouraged to do the same. We become role models, demonstrating that age should not be a barrier, but rather a foundation upon which we build our most daring adventures. So live on, y'all. Thank you very much, and get ready for a wonderful, ooh, they're so beautiful, Dave Tull and his trio. Come on, guys, come on up here and start doing it for us. Thank you. Thank you. See you later.
Wow, that was nice. That was inspirational. And we're old people, too. And I think the takeaway is always bring a bottle of water with you up onto the stage when you get older. Which I have right here, by the way. Which we are getting there. Especially you, Kevin, especially you. Well, folks, it's a thrill to be back here at Northridge United Methodist. I have played here a few times, and it has been a little while. And it's always great to come back to Northridge, too, because I went to Cal State Northridge, so the neighborhood is filled with memories from 43 years ago, but they're still there. We're gonna jump right in with a tune of mine that mirrors today's activities for me. And I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, here's a tune called Fly by the Seat of My Pants. 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people feel they got to plan up every minute, but it makes them go through life in a trance. I say that life is a wheel, and every day I want to spin it. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. I let the dentist call me when he has a cancellation. No appointments 20 weeks in advance. I never RSVP to gala party invitations. No, I just fly by the seat of my pants. I can't take it when commitments clutter up my book. They wreak havoc on my universe. I'll make it where I've got to be by hook or by crook. I'll just fake it and be careful not to over-rehearse. Don't write a set list for me. That's the surest way to blow it. An agenda stifles all the romance. Just call a tune and a key. I'll suss it out if I don't know it, sure. I'll just fly by the seat of my pants. Yes, I will. That's Kevin Axe, everybody. Oh, yeah. Well, I chart my course on a whim, but if a river tries to stop me, I'll build a bridge across the expanse. Or I might choose to just swim and let the current drag and drop me. But I'll fly by the seat of my pants, don't follow anyone's lead. I'm an independent mover. I choose my lefts and rights at a glance. Don't need some satellite feed barking out my next maneuver now. I'll just fly by the seat of my pants, out of the box, in the moment, off the cuff, on the fringes. I delight in bolts from out of the blue. But I can feel my anger foment anytime someone impinges on my right to be spontaneous and impromptu. I keep my eye on today, 'cause though tomorrow's always coming, for today I'm given only one chance. So mark me down, TBA, and while your troubled mind is numbing, I'll just be flying, I won't be crying. I'll just be flying by the seat of my pants. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So great. Kevin Axe at the bass, folks. And the great Otmaro Ruiz on the piano. So glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Well, the reason why that tune is particularly apropos tonight is that I actually am kind of flying by the seat of my pants a little bit. I got a call after I had said I would do tonight, which I'm so thrilled to do. A friend of mine, Trey Henry, some of you may know the bass player, Trey Henry, he called me and said, hey man, can you do this gig? It's kind of a funny one. It's at 8 o'clock in Camarillo, and all you have to do is sing. Don't have to bring drums or anything, starting from 8 o'clock till 8:30. And it pays really well. And I went, I'll make it. So I called up Lanny and I said, hey, how late does this thing go? And he said, no, we'll win by 7. And I said, okay, well, don't think I'm being rude, but I'm out the door at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants. With that said, we're going to do a slightly more uplifting tune, I think. This is another tune of mine. And both of these are off my second CD, the Texting and Driving CD. Maybe we'll get to that soon, we'll see. But anyway, this is a nice song. I thought it would be good for this situation, just reminding me to keep my eye on the things around me that are beautiful and not get too beaten down by the world. We'll do a full chorus piano, half chorus bass. I'll sing from the bridge. 1, 2, 1, 2. When I'm up before the sun to get some more work done, but don't even notice when the sun begins to rise. When I forget to see the beauty that surrounds me, you remind me and I open up my eyes. When financial troubles loom, spawning clouds of gloom that overshadow our romantic night out. When I forget that life is moments, not money, you remind me what it's all about. Remind me life is filled with wonder, not just long lists of things to do. Help me remember how the world looks to a child. Help me enjoy my time with you. And when my little time today somehow goes astray and anger's trying just to fill me with doubt, when I forget that love makes life worth living, Take my hand and soon the anger fizzles out. You remind me what it's all about. Remind me life is filled with wonder, not just long list of things to do. Help me remember how the world looks to a child. Help me enjoy my time with you. And when my little plans today somehow go astray, and anger's trying just to fill me with doubt, when I forget that love makes life worth living, take my hand and soon the anger fizzles out. You remind me, what it's all about. Da, 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 da. Ah, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Ba, da, oh, ah. Well, for those of you who don't know my music, I have a couple of CDs out, and it's all original tunes. I don't know what the definition really is of an original tune anyway, because somebody had to write everything we listen to. I thought one day about the idea of a young Cole Porter being in like a club playing piano and playing some song that he's written, and having the club owner come over and say, "Look, Cole, we love what you're doing, but can you give us something we know, like some Berlin or something?" In any case, I always love bringing my tunes to a stage like this where the sound is so wonderful and everybody's listening. Very much appreciated. Once again, let me just make sure, because I am so appreciative of the wonderful playing that of these players that come and join me. Kevin Axt at the bass. And Mauro Ruiz on that incredible solo on that last tune. Well, I do try to write it. Occasionally I think of a song about something uplifting like that last one, but sometimes I think of things that strike me as sort of funny. And I was playing at the Balboa Bay Club in Orange County. Some of you may know about the Balboa Bay Club, but it's very ritzy down there. And there were two gentlemen right in front of the band talking, of course. And one of them was saying, lamenting about how much he was having to spend on repairs to his yacht. And Tom Kubis was on the gig, the sax player. He turned to me and he said, wow, these people don't know what the blues are at all. And I thought about Joe Williams' song, Every Day I Have the Blues, and I said to Tom, I said, well, maybe they just get the blues every other day, you know. So I started working on that in the car on the way home, and this is what came up. This is off my first CD. That first CD is called I Just Want to Get Paid. And I just want to point out that we've already been paid, so thank you, Lanny, for taking care of business. We appreciate that. Anyway, we're going to let Otmato set the mood with a few choruses of angst-ridden E-flat blues. And here's Every Other Day I Have the Blues. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, I got so much money, more than you will ever see. But that don't mean I ain't got troubles always following me. You know it's hard to get by when you've got so much to lose. I ain't crying every day, but every other day I have the blues. One day I heard Joe Williams singing how he's always feeling blue. I pulled my Porsche off the road and shouted, brother, I'm with you. Although we live very different lives, you know we've all got to pay our dues. Yes, we do. I ain't down as much as Joe was, but every other day I have the blues. Let me tell you about this now. Well, on Monday I found out my butler's asking for a raise, and Wednesday I got drunk and broke a $1,000 vase. My chef was sick on Friday, and he never did appear. I had to cook for myself, and that's the second time this year. You see, my life is no pleasure cruise, 'cause every other day I got the blues. Now there's more than. Well, on Sunday I played poker and I lost a couple grand. And Tuesday I played tennis, got a blister on my hand. I play the horses Thursdays and I always lose my share. But like Joe Williams said, nobody ever seems to care. You wouldn't want to walk a mile in my shoes. No, 'cause every other day I got the blues. Thank you. Yes, every other day, I truly have the blues. Some days, I get so annoyed, I just have to hang my head and cry. Take, for example, the day the freight elevator in my mansion was out of order. Well, the afternoon nap I usually take was completely ruined by the sound of the servants clattering up and down the stairs. Then there was the day I left my Ferrari parked across the property at the stables. Well, by the time the valet could bring it back to me, I'm running a little behind. I get down to the athletic club for lunch, and the maitre d' has given away my favorite table. Then today I hear from my pilot. He says my jet can't fly this weekend because it needs engine maintenance. Well, there goes my trip to Banff. I know, I could fly first class on American or something, but I cannot stand flying on those commercial airlines. No. Oh, now what would Joe say I should do about feeling blue half the time? Guess I could pack my suitcase up and just move halfway down the line. But then I'd miss my giant house with its panoramic view. Oh, I guess I'll always wonder why 3 days a week I've got to cry. But I'll just let my life roll by, and every other day I'll have the blues. Yeah. Oh, yes, it's time to let those teardrops fly, 'cause every other day I got the blues. Thank you. Is that too raucous for a church? Is that too? Thank you. We're gonna do another tune that is very close to my heart, and it's not a funny tune, but it strikes humor in my own mind. My son, who's now 24, about to turn 25, and I also have a daughter who's 32, but especially Henry, when he was little, like a toddler. And he had been in with us in the bedroom for a year or so, and then we did that move down to the bedroom down the hall, and he was not so cool with that. And so every once in a while, he'd have a nightmare or something, and he would just show up by the bed in the middle of the night. You know, little kids do that. It's one of those special parenting moments that you look back on and think, oh, how charming. And in the moment, maybe you weren't so excited about it. But he would never want to wake you up. So he would come in with his, like, stuffed bunny, you know, and you'd be lying there sleeping, and then you just kind of wake up and be aware that there was something, and you'd look to your left, and there's this little face. And I go, Henry, did you have a nightmare or something? All right, come on. Get him down there, get him tucked back in again. Fortunately, he got over that, because he's 2 inches taller than me now, and it'd be a little awkward. But anyway, this song is all about that, and it's called I Will Sing to You. And let me get my brushes. Right here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Waking, I find your tiny moonlit face, and floppy-eared bunny came down the hall too. You're shaking, Well, climb into my embrace, and I will sing to you. When you dream, if black and rainy clouds should form, let a soft song evaporate the storm. No need to cry, rest your head by my heart. Let this lullaby gently lead you to slumber, back to slumber, and the melody will be your guide into a brighter dream. Take my hand, let's go tuck you in, and I will sing to you. Just close your eyes and gently drift away while I sing to you. Take my hand, let's go tuck you in, and I will sing to you. You know you're getting feedback, right? Just close your eyes, gently drift away while I sing to you. And soon you'll find a brand new sunny day, a song to cling to while I sing to you. All right, now let's get you tucked in. What do you want to hear? Again? All right, all right. Close your eyes. Really close them. In a peaceful green forest, there once lived a girl and her floppy-eared bunny. All day they would play in their own little world. Long afternoons, cheerful and sunny. Thank you. Let's see. We actually have time to add a tune to the list. You know, I have a song I want to do, but it has one bad word in it. And it actually doesn't even have the actual bad word in it, but it just references. Is that too harsh for a church? All right. Let's do number 35. Oh, I have to hand it to you because I kept the books over here. This is the flying by the seat of my pants part of the program. You can. We're racing through these tunes faster than I hear. I was worried I was going to. So, there you go. Yeah, there was something going on with the PA and the piano on that last tune. And okay. Let's avoid the experimenting in the middle of tunes if we can. If we can. You experiment between songs, do all the experimenting you want. This, you can tell Yvette, she's a singer. So, like everybody else, I use Google Maps whenever I go anywhere now, and people use Google Maps, use Waze. You got the little phone on your dashboard, telling you where to go. I've gotten down to where I use it if I'm going from my house to the grocery store, just because you never know, there might be an accident or something. But I was thinking about it the other day. I was driving, and there sometimes Google Maps will come up with a route that I don't particularly want to do, and so I'll just be ignoring it, and she's going, turn right on 1st Street, and then she says, you pass it, and she goes, turn right on 2nd Street, and she just never gets angry, and finally I'm going to turn right way down the street. I'm always ready for her to go, will you please turn right, She never does that. I thought that was kind of funny when I thought of it, so I came up with this whole tune, and so this song is called I Think My GPS Is Out to Get Me. And this is not on a CD because I haven't recorded it yet. And so here it is. When we get there, I'll count us in, but a little right in front. Yeah. You can give me a chord. Just give me that C with the chord. Wait, I got to turn off the snares. On my phone, I have a very useful app. She gives directions so I never need a map. Her gentle voice is always calm and reassuring, especially when I've gotten lost and need detouring. But since last week, there has been a sudden change. Her tone is dark and her instructions have been strange. I am inclined, though you will say it's pure delusion, from her demeanor to reach an ominous conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. I think my GPS is out to get me. Her recent actions are a big concern. She's not the type to curse, but now she sounds a little terse when rerouting if I ever miss a turn. And lately her directions have been quirky. You're on the fastest route, she'll always say. But how could she not have known about this huge construction zone? Could she purposely have routed me this way? I thought it strange she tried to send me into downtown, right through a farmer's market filling up the street. One day she told me to keep right, then had me dash across 4 lanes to make a left in only 57 feet. I had to wonder when she told me make a U-turn, in spite of signs that said that's something you can't do. But when at rush hour she took me down a tiny local street, then said turn left on gridlocked Highland Avenue, I knew. This all began one day when I was shouting, the route you've chosen is completely red. When I gave in to the itch to yell a word that rhymes with ditch, she self-muted, and I knew that I was dead. Next day she took me off a speeding freeway, So several stoplight cycles I could wait. When I cried, this route is jive, now what time will I arrive? She just laughed and said, it looks like you'll be late. There was the time she chose the wrong way down a crowded one-way street. I would have died had I not quickly turned around. One night, to save her 5 minutes, I followed her advice. She left me stranded in a scary part of town. When I was driving to get groceries, she tried to send me out into the desert to an old abandoned shack. She led me through a maze of lefts and rights on tiny mountain roads, and then refused to give directions to get back. As wolves attack. Oh, here they come. So now each time I drive, I'm filled with terror. Forever on my guard, I reach inside for all the courage I can muster, 'cause I simply do not trust her. How I wish that I still had my Thomas guide. I think I'll say I'm sorry and bring flowers, and hope that will resolve our little tiff. For if I don't, I'm not so dumb. I know the day will surely come when her simmering rage about me makes her dream of life without me, and she manages to rout me up a cliff. Stay on Pacific Coast Highway north towards Big Sur, then turn left. That was a great solo, Admano. Wow. I'm always amazed, man. That's a meandering set of changes, and you were just all over it. Thank you so much, Admano. Let's see. We got a few minutes. You know what I want to do? First, I want to take a drink of water. Do you know Darn That Dream?
I've got a technological device that helps me know it.
Yeah, in G. When I have a bass player this good, and when I have a room sounding this nice, one of my favorite things to do is just do a song with the bass player. Because the drummer's been playing so loud all night. So we're going to do Darn That Dream. And you can just chill. Indeed.
You used up all your notes on the last one.
Yeah. But stay off your phone, though. Set me up and just make it a ballad when we get there. Darn that dream. Darn that one-track mind of mine. It can't understand that you don't care. Just to change the mood I'm in, I'd welcome a nice old nightmare. Darn that dream, but bless it too. Without that dream, I never would have you. Still, it haunts me, and it won't come true. Oh, darn, darn that dream. Let's take half. Track mind of mine. It can't understand that you don't care. Well, just to change the mood I'm in, don't you know I'd welcome a nice old nightmare. Darn that dream, but bless it too. Without that dream, I never would have you. And it haunts me, but it won't come true. Oh, darn that, darn that, darn that. You want to play a little bit? That's really fun. And I just love it when the players are good enough that I could just go, you know, the song I had in my head on the way over here today was this, and they can just do it. All right, we're going to do a song. We have to do this today, and I use it as a closer often enough anyway. This is 26. All of you, wherever you live, you have a first stoplight that you come to when you leave your house. You drive maybe some residential streets, and then you come to that first stoplight, or maybe it's right down from your house or something. But we all know what that is. You can picture it. So I've lived in the same house for 30 years, and for me, in South Pasadena, it's the corner of Monterey and Meridian in South Pass, if any of you know South Pass a little bit. And I was sitting there one day and I thought, how many times have I sat at this light in 25, 30 years of living here, like sitting there for a minute, leaving my house, sitting there for a minute, coming back every single time. I doubt if I ever make that light, it's a miracle. So it's always. And I thought, gosh, how many hours? And then I started thinking about memories from the past 25 years and crazy days that I had or tragic days that I had. And I thought, I waited at that light on that day too. You're leaving your house and you stop there for a minute and then you go on. So I decided to write a tune about that because I just think that's fascinating. But then today on the way here, I was coming up Meridian and I got there and there was a crash at the corner of a fender bender at the corner of Meridian and Monterey, and I actually refer to that in the song. So I just thought, okay, this is a sign. I've got to do this tune today. I don't think anybody was hurt. I'm not sure. I went around the block and avoided it. But anyway, I wrote the tune from the point of view of the stoplight. Because it turns out that the stoplight's been watching me all these years and it had some opinions about me and life. And so here's the stoplight at the end of the street. When we get to solos, Otmano, you go do one time through whatever it is, and then Kevin, why don't you do one time through with this, and then we will go on. Okay. This is a funky little thing. 1, 2, 3. I've seen you laughing, I've seen you crying, talking to your windshield, makeup applying, sipping coffee, eating breakfast, or tapping out your latest tweet. I see you every time you drive. I'm the stoplight at the end of the street. Oh, stoplight at the end of the street. I don't change quickly, though you implore me, but you know better than to ignore me. I've watched 1,000 fender benders go down right here at my feet. So spend just a minute of your day with the stoplight at the end of the street. Oh, stoplight. Well, day you sat there going crazy for that old green light, then took off just like a horse in its prime. You came back 2 days later with a beautiful sight. There's your brand new baby girl riding home for the very first time. Oh, riding home for the very first time. You drove to your wedding, you drove to vacations, you drove kids to kinder and graduations. Any day you can remember, though the memory may be sour or sweet. That day you spent some time right here with the stoplight at the end of the street. Oh, the stoplight at the end of the street. You sat here like you do every day. That's Kevin Axe right there. You're always grumbling at your phone, watching traffic maps, add a minute to your time to arrive. If you just lift your eyes, you might discover perhaps that it's such a lovely day and it's great to be alive. Oh, it's great to be alive. So while you're waiting, instead of whining, why don't you notice that silver lining? Who else could make you pause a moment from careening at your furious pace? To draw a breath and just release the pained expression always on your face. Yeah. Just take a minute off from running like a mouse in a maze of concrete. Just 60 seconds twice a day with a stoplight at the end of the street. Oh, the stoplight at the end of the street. Oh, at the piano, folks. Kevin Axe at the bass. My name is Dave Tull. It's been a pleasure and a thrill coming back here to Northridge United Methodist. Thanks, Lanny and Yvette, for putting everything together. We'll hopefully see you here another time. Thank you so much. I know, man. 6:59.
This is perfect.
I better not. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
May the Lord watch you and me.
Not the can. I can't handle it. It's bad for my feelings. Yeah.